Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Fake Card Friday. So last week we checked out that super chocolate fudge covered awesome Garunix Elemental Dragon Mermail Lantian guy who was just super broke. And now we're just gonna look at a much more simple card. It's called Super Dark Hole. You get the award for creativity. Alright. Yeah. Just like, Dark Hole? Super Dark Hole. Like, wow. Alright, you're cool. It's a normal spell card, and you would think what it would do? It totally does that, you know? Well, Dark Hole is already destroying all monsters. How can you take Dark Hole to the next level? I don't know. Maybe banishing all monsters on the field? And the person who posted this on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Maker forum said this is the new staple of 2014. And to tell you the truth, this card's way more broke than freaking Dark Hole. Like, wow. Like, you can't stop it. Like, it's one enough in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's hard enough to stop spells. But unlike Dark Hole, this doesn't destroy. Like if it said destroy and then banish all monsters on the field, similar to how Bottomless Trap Hole does it, it would have been way easier to, adjust this card. But this card is just like, nope. No, so you can have a field sitting there. You can have Stardust on your field and some monsters. Your opponent goes, Super Dark Hole? All gone. Yeah, all gone. Oh, you got a Yamato? You got what? You got the turtle that protects it from being targeted, and you got hair that protects it from being destroyed by battle by card effects. Super Dark Hole? Oh, you got a Grunix? Super Dark Hole? Like, this card is super broke. Like, you don't even know. Like, oh, you have an E-Dragon. Oh, but if I Dark Hole it, all it would do is go to the graveyard, and you could just banish 2 and summon it back again. Super Dark Hole? Oh, E-Dragons are at 1, so I guess you're not searching for another E-Dragon, huh? Oh, there you go. You're done with your E-Dragon for the rest of the duel, unless you bring it back removed from play. Like, God, this card would be super broke. And I'm even going off the premise that this card would be limited, just like Dark Hole is, because this card is at 3. Oh my God, it would just be like the answer to everything, just like Super Dark Hole. Done. And the thing is, why couldn't you come up with something more creative with it? You know what? I'm gonna one-up you. You should have named the card Void Dark Hole. That would have been totally better. That makes way more sense than Super Dark Hole. Super Dark Hole just seems like you're destroying everything on the field. Like, literally, if I would have said Super Dark Hole, not including, not telling you the effect, you'd probably think, okay, what does it do? Destroy monsters and spells and traps? Yeah. That's what you probably think, but no. Void Dark Hole, if I said Void Dark Hole, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so instead of them being destroyed and sent to the graveyard, they're banished instead. So that would have been a much better name. But overall, this card is super broke. Really, really good. It puts a halt to a lot of things. Like, oh, you said a Lind, Super Dark Hole, now you're banished instead, so you don't get to summon. It hurts a lot of decks in the meta. A lot of decks. So if this card would exist, oh my God, some decks would be seriously hurting. Like, Konami would have to create a whole nother card to help Bujins. And frickin' Fire Fist, no. Yeah, they would care too, because then they wouldn't have any targets for Wolfbark because the monsters would be banished instead. Wow, this card hurts like almost all the meta decks. Madoches, you Super Dark Hole, they don't go to the graveyard, therefore they don't go back to the deck. They go banished. So that hurts. What else decks are hurt by this? I guess, heretics, they like to summon their Red Eyes Darkness Metal in defense mode with effect negated with the Tomb. You can just go Super Dark Hole, he's banished. He's done, unless you bring it back. Which, I'm assuming that kind of deck, I really haven't gotten detail with that deck, but I'm assuming that they do run a little bit of move from play, because, the Dragon Rulers. But, that can seriously hurt. What other decks am I trying to think of that can hurt? Harpies, you can go Hysteric Party, summon all those Harpies, Super Dark Hole, banish all of them. So I'm guessing even if you get another party, they're gone. Like, they're gone. They're not coming back. Especially if you banish like their harpy lady. Then what is our Elegant Egotist even gonna summon? Like, wow, really, really powerful. Like, the only decks that aren't super hurt by this deck are maybe Xyz. So maybe like Constellars and Evil Swarm, because even if they get hit with Super Dark Hole, the Xyz monster is banished, but the Xyz material still goes to the grave, so Sombre and Kirkion would still be useful. But, everybody else is definitely taking a hurt from this card. Alright guys, so tell me what you guys think about Super Dark Hole. I hope you guys are enjoying this little series every Friday, and I will see you guys next week with another card on YuGiOhCardMaker.net.